Good evening to you, and thank you very much for tuning into Metropol TV. My name is Nerima and this is Metropol Debrief Season 2, and this is the premiere episode. And earlier on my social media handles, I had put out that the whole debrief team sat down and we decided that for this new season, we're going to have conversations that matter to you. We're going to bring people in studio that you can relate with. We're going to have you at the center of every conversation we have, because at the end of the day, irrespective of whatever business story it is, it will always trickle down to you and affect your bottom line. And that's why tonight on the show, we are discussing, does celebrity politics translate into good governance? This has been informed by the fact that Kenyans love politics. Politicians are inseparable. We are very glad that you've made time to join us, reaching time from 9 p.m. to 8 p.m. so that we can have ample time at prime time to have this conversation. You can join in on the conversation on our social media platforms at Metropol TV KE, at Ondiro Ganga, and just send us your feedback, send us your thoughts, send us your questions. We're having an amazing guest list in studio with us. You'll meet them briefly. Also, you can catch us live on Facebook and on YouTube at Metropol TV KE. Where do we start our conversation tonight? Politics. We live, eat, and breathe politics in Kenya. We finish one political cycle and boom, we usher in the new political phase. Case in point, for the 2017 general elections, we are jogging, prepping for the 2022 presidential election. I'm sure you've read about it on the papers. You've heard people talking about who will be the candidate, which community is supporting who as the ideal candidate in 2022. So the question always is, who are we putting in office? Now, let's track back a little. In 2013, we saw a union between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President Dr. William Ruto vie for presidency under a youthful banner. The youngest president we've ever had in the country, and fairly amongst the youngest in the continent by their own right. Now this gave hope to people. Finally, a leadership that will understand our plight, the youth thought. Now let's fast forward to date, and the numbers are not in favor of the administration, neither the youth, despite putting a youthful government in office. According to the survey by the National Bureau of Statistics 2018, 7 million Kenyans were unemployed, with 1.4 million out of this figure desperately looking for jobs. The data released by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics further indicates that only 78,400 new formal jobs were created in the economy last year, compared to 114,400 in 2017. Well, it looks like it's not yet Uhuru for the Kenyan youth. It is a no-brainer that the youth aged between 18 and 35 are the majority and comprise of about 36% of the Kenyan population. But rarely do they have a say, because when it comes to voting, then the turnout is not that good, and also a majority of the people we put in office are not so young. Now, moving on, that is the youth, have always been marginalized and relegated to back burners, and this dynamic has a lot of energy. This is a demographic that has a lot of energy, which can be harnessed to build a more democratic country and a thriving economy. However, when it comes to voter turnout, it's the irony. We all know this. The youth often do not turn up to vote. They do not take up the challenge to exercise their democratic right. Now, speaking of voting, Kibra is gearing up for a by-election following the passing of the Member of Parliament, Ken Okoth. Now, typical of Kenyan politics, it has not been short of drama. First, it was the legislator's late brother vying on the ODM ticket. Well, we all know how these things go. Sometimes politics is hereditary in Kenya. Then we had McDonald Mariga on a Jubilee ticket. Chris Darling, who's a popular DJ, and Wiper also announced that they will front Jackson McKinney, aka Prezzo, as a candidate in 2022 for Kibra. Now, let's go through this. In terms of age, it's a good lineup. All of them look young, all of them look vibrant, all of them look like they might understand the plight of the youth. However, what exactly do they stand for? What do they intend to do for the people of Kibra? What political solutions are they bringing to the table? What political problems are they trying to solve? Do they even know the problems of the people of Kibra? Now, Let's just do a case study. Different counties elected different leaders into office, and while some get modern stadiums and top-notch infrastructure, some get flowers and lions on their roundabouts. Case in point, China, for example, to become a member of the Communist Party of China, the party monitors you for 2 years, then gives you an entrance exam, and you must be able to add real value to the party. That is when and only when you can become a member, not even a candidate of leadership, just a member of the party. How about the standards they hold their leadership to? That's why China is one of the biggest economies in the world. Topic for another day. What's the Kenyan threshold though? Kenyan politics has been reduced to family, influence, and affluence. It's no longer a question of good governance. And that's why today we're joined by two amazing guests in studio. And after the break, they'll be breaking down some of the issues that we've discussed in this first bit. They'll be telling us, do they think celebrity politics translate into good governance? Can celebrities make good leaders? And how do we leverage our love for politics into development in our country? This and much more after the break. Stay with Metropol TV.